I've never been into console wars that much. When I was a kid, I had an Xbox, I had a PlayStation, and I had a GameCube, and I loved all of them. I didn't really care which one was better than the other. But as I've gotten older, and as I've gotten into PC gaming specifically, I found more interest in kind of watching the space, whether that be Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo, and seeing where they're going in the future. And after watching the Xbox and Bethesda press conference regarding Xbox buying Bethesda and how that's going to work in the future, I'm more sold now than ever on Xbox being the platform that's going to be the future of gaming. It's funny how there's always these ups and downs in gaming, right? The PlayStation 3 failed, but the PlayStation 4 was a huge success. The Wii U was a catastrophe, but the Switch is a roaring success. And now with Xbox, the Xbox One generation was, by most accounts, less than they were hoping for, and there was a lot of bad publicity around the brand for so long. But in these past couple of years, under the helm of Phil Spencer, Xbox has truly garnered a ton of momentum. Watching the Bethesda and Xbox conference, that was so reassuring. Seeing how much they all cared about their games, their product, and their studios. There was a genuine sense when Phil Spencer and Todd Howard were talking that they truly cared about their product, their games, and where they were going in the future. And that future is what excites me so much about Xbox and why I think they're going to destroy the competition long term. You know, recently we've seen Google kind of pull out of Stadia and pull back from gaming. We've seen Amazon kind of pull out of Luna and kind of come back. And we've seen Nintendo and PlayStation thrive like they always have. But the dark horse is Xbox and Game Pass, because they have a vision for an industry that has untapped potential to become the Netflix of games, and I think their model now more than ever is making more and more sense. Game Pass to me is undoubtedly the future of gaming. Like I said, I'm a PC gamer and I still get giddy with excitement at how cool the prospect of the future of the Xbox brand is. Right now, they have an amazing value proposition for $10 a month getting all of their first party games. And now that they have Bethesda, that value is growing and growing, whether that be with the back catalog or all of the future games coming. But more than that, it's how they're changing fundamentally the essence of what the industry is. When I was watching the Xbox and Bethesda conference, what struck out to me more than just there being new games coming, which we knew about, or back catalog games coming to Game Pass, which a lot of people had guessed. It was how passionate it truly felt like when everyone was talking in that room. Hearing Phil Spencer talk about the future of Xbox and Todd Howard about how he's excited for the future of Starfield because of Xbox felt genuine. And there really is an immense amount of excitement behind the brand that I feel like a lot of people haven't tapped into yet. When I look to the future of Nintendo, for example, I think new Zelda, that sounds awesome. A new Mario game, that sounds awesome. But it's something that's familiar. It's something we've come to expect, and while that's by no means a bad thing necessarily, it's the same. And when I look to PlayStation, I see the same thing. A lot of awesome exclusives, but from studios that we're already aware of, and types of games that we've already played, that being third-person action adventure. However, when I look to Xbox, I see an actual vision for the future. A game model where instead of buying games individually, you join a subscription service. And because of that, studios are going to have more freedom to make the games they truly want. Because instead of being fully reliant on how much their game sells, they're just reliant on making sure Game Pass as a whole is healthy and thriving. And I think this is such a better way to go about building games. And I don't think enough people are talking about it yet. You know, I've been seeing a lot of the marketing hype and Reddit forums and things across the internet start to kind of warm up to Xbox. There seems to be a lot more hype behind the brand and its future than really anything else. And I think it's for good reason. Xbox is going to be putting games on consoles, on PC, on phones, and in the cloud. And I think that's so admirable. If a product has Game Pass, they'll allow putting their games on it. It's the complete antithesis of the Sony model. Instead of making exclusives to sell your console, they're simply making exclusives to push their subscription service. And I guarantee you that if Sony wants to allow Game Pass on their consoles, Xbox will bite at that immediately. And the same will go for the Switch or the Switch Pro in the future. And people don't understand why that's so impactful. Because right now, sure, Xbox may make Starfield exclusive for Xbox and PC owners, but that's only because they're on Game Pass. They aren't making them exclusive because they're trying to push hardware. They're making it exclusive because they're pushing a service, and that's such an important distinction. Because in the future, like I said, if PlayStation wants to have Elder Scrolls, they can have Game Pass. And if Nintendo wants to have Starfield, they can have Game Pass. At the end of the day, no one is going to be restricted from playing the games they love as long as a service provides Game Pass. And I think it's such a smart long-term play, not only in a business sense, but in a gaming sense as well. I truly don't know how Nintendo or Sony is going to compete. Nintendo seems inept on, on basically anything that isn't making a good game. And I can't imagine them having an actually serviceable service that will come out anytime soon. And on the PlayStation side, they just don't have the amount of studios to keep up, and they're not going to be able to buy the amount of studios they need to keep up with a service like xCloud. And like I alluded to earlier, now that Google and Amazon are moving out of the space, this is truly about to be, I believe, the golden age of Xbox, and in a lot of ways, the golden age of gaming. Do you remember when Netflix first came out in like 2013, or at least was growing and was getting big? And literally almost all the big TV shows and all the awesome media was on Netflix. There wasn't a huge HBO client. There wasn't an NBC client yet. If you wanted to watch an awesome show and you wanted to show off your show, it was on Netflix. And I think that's what it's going to be like for Xbox here coming up. Now that they have all the studio prowess they need and they have the vision for the future, and all their competition is either not going to be able to keep up or is moving out of the space, I just don't see how Xbox doesn't capitalize on this opportunity. There will have to be a truly drastic failure at somewhere in the pipeline for this not to work. And it's so weird to me that people don't see this. You know, I see a lot of people being so hyped behind the PlayStation and Nintendo brand. And I get it, and I love those games as well. You know, I've played some of Ghost of Tsushima, and I absolutely loved it. Death Stranding was amazing, and don't get me started on Nintendo exclusives. Those are always really fun. But the vision of Xbox is why they're going to lead us into the future. And it's so cool to see that the gaming industry, once again, the man that's been put on their ass is the one to get back up and lead us to the future. Just like with Nintendo through their faults and PlayStation through theirs. It's now Xbox's turn, and I'm super excited, even as someone that primarily games on PC, that the people bringing us into this future want us to be able to play games wherever we want, whenever we want, for just a small fee every month. And I really hope people start getting behind this model, because I think it's going to revolutionize not only how the industry works, but how good games are and how studios can focus on the art instead of the sales. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. This is like a new style of video I've been trying out a little bit. For anyone that hasn't subscribed or watched me on YouTube or Twitch already, I've been doing this for almost 2 years now. On the side, I'm a software engineer full-time, and I've been learning a lot about what style of video I like making, what people like to watch, and this is just something new I'm trying out, these casual conversations with you guys. And I'd like to know, let me know down below if you did like this. I'd love to know. If you didn't, let me know you like other style of content a little better. And make sure to share this video as well if you want to help me grow, as any of my videos that get shared are by far the ones with the most views. That's what helps me. In fact, it's the only thing that helps me right now, so I really do appreciate that. And also, I got a new camera, if you guys can't tell. I think it does look very nice. There's some like weird graininess on my face and like skin that I'm still trying to work out, you know, doing some smoothing and stuff. But otherwise, I think it's a great camera, and hopefully these videos turn out a little better because of it. And I really do appreciate you guys watching. As always, if you want to discuss topics like this or just see me live, check out my channel at twitch.tv/FranklyGaming. That's kind of my main social media account. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.